Alright guys, so we are back once again with another video. And today we're going to be showing off my shoot interview DVD collection here for y'all. Like last year, I didn't have that much last year actually. I only had like 6 or 7. But in a year's time I've built on it. So we're going to go ahead and go over every one. Oh yeah, so before I do, gotta give my buddy Joey over there at Wrestling Rampage a big thank you and shout out, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have, most of these I would have never gotten. I've gotten most of these from him, either in trade or I paid him to pick some up for me online, you know, eBay and whatnot. So thank you, Joey, for that, and check out Wrestling Rampage on YouTube. So with that being said, let's get into my DVDs here. So first up here we got the Mickie James All Access. This is a 2-disc set. It's a thin cover, different. You don't get the hard case from High Spots. Next up here we got the Straight Shooting Series with Conan, hosted by the one and only Jim Cornette. I love Jim Cornette, man. That guy's awesome. Next up here we got another Straight Shooting Series with Jim Cornette and J.J. Dillon, ROH. Pretty good, pretty good. Next up here we got Billy Jack Haynes shoot interview. Man, what can I say about Billy Jack, man? He's a hell of a character. He's out there, man. Anytime I watch anything with him, man, he's out there, man. Interviews and whatnot. I recommend, if you go after shoot interviews, go after all the Billy Jack Haynes ones. Same thing with the Iron Sheik ones, which I need to actually start getting in the future when I get around to it. Anyways, next up we got a Wendy Richter shoot interview here. There she is when she's older. Compatible with the Xbox and PS2. Next here we got Behind Closed Doors with Jake the Snake Roberts. High Spots. Next up, How to Man Up. Briscoe Brothers interview from High Spots. Next we got shoot interview with Glacier, a Sub-Zero, I guess you'd call it Sub-Zero ripoff, but I actually like Glacier, so I'm cool with it. Next up here we got, this is an exclusive 4-disc set from High Spots. This is the Ric Flair interview, which is pretty kick-ass. There is a 3-disc set out there, but I recommend going after the 4-disc. Long shoot interviews there. Next up we got a Bruno Sammartino shoot interview, presented by RF Video. Pretty cool. And I wish WWE would do a full-on documentary with Bruno, man, because he deserves it and he's had a hell of a life. So, heck yeah. Next up we got what is this? Road Trip with Tracy Smothers and Paul London here. West Virginia. On the Bearskin Rug interview series. Right on. This one's a 2-disc set. High Spots. Next up here we got a Terry Reynolds shoot interview here. This one's a special double disc set, 3.5 hours shoot interview. Right on. Next here we got from, let's see, from Big Vision Pro Wrestling's Doing Time with New Jack. There's a long interview on this one, and another one on the second disc as well. It's a 2-disc set. It's pretty good. Next up, we get this Nelson shoot interview. This is something you cannot afford to miss, which I also believe this is on YouTube as well. You can check that out. Not too bad. And my last one here, guys. We got the All-American Girls. Amber O'Neil and Santana Garrett interview. It's pretty kick-ass. Good-looking girls. So, there you have it, guys. I've, let's see, I had like 6 or 7. So now we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 shoot interviews this time around. This year around, I should say. So yeah, not too bad. Slowly building it. I definitely want a lot more, so, and we'll get there in due time. So anyways, guys, that was my shoot interview DVD collection. I hope you enjoyed, and I am out. Later.